Welcome back to my channel. I'm Dani Walker. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite introductions for the top 100 of Miss Universe Philippines 2021. Thank you so much to each of you who requested this episode. If you love content like this, I hope that you've already chosen to subscribe and that you'll hit those notifications so you know when new episodes come out. Today's episode is brought to you by Rehearsed to Relatable. If you're a pageant contestant and you want to learn how to stand out in the interview room by being authentic and unique and true to yourself, then click the description below for more info. This episode came highly requested from so many of you, which is why you're seeing it on the channel today. So I'm eager to get started. Let's jump right into this. I'm going to talk about the contestants today in no particular order. And if you want to see their introduction videos for yourself, then make sure to download the Miss Universe Philippines app and check out the contestants and also vote so we can see your favorites get into the finals at Miss Universe Philippines. I do have a lot of favorites and there were so many others that I did want to include in this episode, but I tried to narrow it down so the episode's not too long for you. So I hope that you enjoy these. Anne has a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. She is a licensed real estate agent and she also opened her own tea shop, which I love. She's a YouTuber as well. And what I liked about her is, to me, she was very cute. She was very likable. And to me, that says she's very marketable. Maureen got my vote for the favorite headshot challenge, but what really struck me about her video, first of all, she grew up in Saudi Arabia and then also in Germany, but she's really quirky. I did not expect that personality from her, and honestly, I just think it makes her even more likable. Shirla is a dentist studying to be an orthodontist, and what I love about her is that she looks like her image, but honestly, even better, even more beautiful. She's so naturally pretty, and it really comes across on camera. I really love seeing her at home, but then I liked the contrast of the glam videos as well. Isabelle, oh my gosh. Isabelle, wow, she honestly to me is probably the most striking contestant on camera. Her image was one of my favorites for the headshot challenge, but when I saw her on camera, I was like, I didn't even know she could get more beautiful, and she is. So she is someone who's really, really standing out to me. She's a model and she's a flight attendant, and during the pandemic, she also started her own business selling fruits and veggies. Katrina is incredible on camera. So I learned that she's a host of a lifestyle show. I wasn't aware, and it is obvious. She has a lot of confidence on camera, but what I'm really curious to see, because as I was watching her, she was really focusing on the other contestants, and that's what you do as a host. You often shift the focus away from yourself. So I'm wondering, how is she gonna shift focus at the pageant onto herself on stage in the interview? So I'm really curious to see her almost turn off a little bit of that professionalism and turn on personality. Mirhan is a financial writer. What a unique position. I love that. We just don't hear too often about women in finance in pageantry, so that really struck me. She also speaks very well and she looks beautiful on camera, and then we learn that she supports her family financially. So I think that's amazing, and it sounds like she's a very skilled woman of many talents. Chrysaline is somebody who really struck me because of her beauty initially. She's very, very pretty, but she's talking about how she champions for oral health, and she's a dentist. She wants to bring smiles to everyone's face. Okay, loved that. And the one thing I would adjust for her though is her delivery. I felt like the way that she was delivering her intro started to sound a little bit pageanty at the end, but regardless of that, still beautiful contestant, very intelligent, and I want to see more from her. Victoria, okay. I once again did not feel like her photo truly looked like her in the video. I think she looked even more beautiful in her video and on camera. Also, is she Australian? Do I detect a little Australian accent there? Isabelle is someone who really surprised me in her video. Right away, you can see just how beautiful she is on camera. But she's also a business manager, so that says to me that she has professional skills. She created a business with her business partners where she opened a beach hostel, and also she's a performer, a dancer, and a CrossFitter. She wasn't the most polished in terms of her communication skills, but she was so likable, and that's why her video was one of my favorites. Miriam shocked me. Okay, I do not feel like her headshot did her justice. I don't even really think she looks like her headshot. She is so gorgeous, and she's competed in pageants before. She showed a little bit of her walk. She looks so well styled. She's somebody I'm looking out for. Camille works for the government. She was a performing arts scholar in college, and she's a photographer who wants to publish her own photography book in the future. But what really struck me was a statement she made at the end, is that she wants to showcase beauty beyond the superficial. Loved it. Keisha Pornam really stands out to me. She is a female in aeronautics. She's the only female in her class, so I really want to hear more about her and her story. She also grew up playing basketball, and she models currently. Ruzain is a really big fan favorite. She is a TikToker, a podcaster for her podcast, which is called Camp Confidence. And let me tell you, the confidence is shining through. I think that that's where she's excelling. But my big question here is, can she perform on stage? Can she work it for swimsuit and in gown? So that's what I'm eager to see. Roxanne really knocked it out of the park with her video. Oh my gosh, this was so well produced, so beautifully shot. We learned that she is an entrepreneur and a baker. She was also adopted as well. So has a really unique story and background that I'm excited to hear more about. Christina is really different to me. She works for a renewable energy company. I just wouldn't expect her in this role. So I really liked them showcasing something about her in the video outside of pageantry. Like, it's such a stark difference. But I wanted to see more from her. I honestly felt like the information was very short. By the way, there were so many flight attendants this year. I felt like everybody has worked as a flight attendant at some point. Wow, I had no idea that that was such a popular career. Jan talked about how it's been her dream since she was a little girl to compete and to represent the Philippines at Miss Universe. And the first thing that struck me right away was her confidence. And then I saw clips of her speaking on stage. So I think that that's really prepared her well for this competition. Christelle is a communications graduate and a full-time model, and what I love about her is her aura. I feel like she has this beautiful sweetness and love of life about her, and I really loved those fun clips that we saw of her in her video. Elaine had some great footage about her. She is a nutritionist and dietitian, and I just feel like she's a solid competitor. Very, very confident, potentially somebody who could slip in under the radar and keep making it into semifinals and moving along in the competition. Steffi, oh my gosh, how cute is she? I had no idea. She had this wonderful personality and I love it. She talked about being a farm girl. She's also an entrepreneur, and she was very carefree and light, and I like that in the interview, but now I'm wondering, how is she gonna be able to tackle those tough questions for an onstage question? Can't wait to see it. Pamela was so beautiful on camera. And if I'm not mistaken, last year's de Val del Norte contestant also had short hair. So I thought that was kind of an interesting coincidence. But her video was very beautifully shot, and she's just stunning. Stunning. Can't wait to see more from her. Janella is an author, but what I noticed is that she also speaks very well on camera. Then she mentioned she does perform some music, and she's also posted her videos on YouTube. So to me, that made a lot of sense, and she's somebody I'm watching. But what was interesting is that she talked about being an Ironman competitor and a Spartan race competitor, which blows my mind. It takes so much determination and perseverance and mindset work to push your body through something like that. So when I hear that stuff, I'm like, this girl is determined. Leren, wow, what a queen, what a queen. She just blew me away with this. This was actually my favorite video. I mean, there were a few that I really loved, but this one to me just gave me that energy that she's ready to win. It was very well prepared. Ramona is beautiful, and she's a civil engineer. She also currently has 3 jobs, okay? Wow. What I liked is, first of all, she showcased her 3 Frenchies. I'm a big fan. But she also talked about what boys can do, girls can do as well, and I love that messaging. Angelica is a criminology major because her mom was a police officer. Very cute, following in mom's footsteps here. She also opened a clothing boutique, and I really, really loved at the end of her video that shot of her in a gown. I was like, okay, she's ready. She's ready for the stage. Jane is one of the contestants that I didn't really notice her with her headshot, but the moment I saw her on camera, I just thought, wow, she's beautiful. She looks like such a doll, and I personally loved her. She talked about how she used the money that she's gained through pageantries to support her studies. Kirsten won the headshot challenge, and it's really no surprise. She has a really, really big fan following, and it was great to learn a little bit more about her and see behind the scenes. She's currently studying business, but as many of you know, she sings, she acts, she dances, she is a performer. I think that is going to translate very well for stage competitions. She's also very naturally beautiful, and I feel like because she has a big fan base, she's gonna sail right through to finals. Beatrice is a community development worker, and there's so much I love about her. She caught my attention immediately when she was on camera. She's in the reserves for the military. She loves sports, specifically MMA. Oh my gosh, yes, me too, girl. I'm a huge MMA fan. I love going to fights. She recently did a 42-kilometer run for children as well. So I'm super impressed by her. She seems so well-rounded. I am loving her. Those are my favorites. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Please let me know, what episodes do you want to see next on the channel? I'm keeping up with you guys. I'm keeping up with those requests, and I really appreciate them. I appreciate your support of the channel. Recently, we hit over 75,000 subscribers. Yes! I'm so thankful because this is what I want my full-time job to be, and you guys are all helping to make that possible. So one day I'll be able to do this every day for you. So thank you so much for watching this episode. I really appreciate it so much, and I hope you're subscribed and you're ready to tune in for lots more.